Probably jinxed him, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, a little bit.
We'll find out. That game comes your way in just a little bit. But let's talk about some of the early games here, and I'll start with you, Howie. This Philadelphia Eagle team, they had lost 2 in a row coming into today. They get a perfect performance from a quarterback rating standpoint from Jalen Hurts, but it didn't feel like a perfect kind of win.
It was ugly early.
Yeah, it was ugly early. You talked about post routes. I talked about the seam. We both agree that they've got to work the middle of the field. They've been kind of a one-trick pony on the go routes and comebacks. They're not working the middle of the field. Today they did, and I think it set up the outside, and sometimes the protection was good. He throws a great deep ball. Everyone knows that. Smith had a great day. Brown had a great day. Both receivers are happy. That's rare. Now if they can get the trifecta and get the run game going with Saquon. But the offensive line's been banged up, and that's been a problem.
I thought a touchdown pass to Brown was the thing of beauty because as a quarterback, he avoided the sack, and then Brown had actually run the comeback. And he and Hurts made eye contact, and Hurts did this. He turned and went before the corner could react. Beautiful throw.
But they're going to have to get their running game together. You look at the game, 19 for 23, 326 yards, 3 TDs, and you go, man, why don't they throw it more? But that's just not the way that this offense operates. They need a running game. They got to get Saquon back on target. And like I said, Howie, he throws a great deep ball. That ball there to Brown. He had the one to Smith. He had the one in the fourth right at the end of the game to seal the deal to Brown down the sideline. Threw it right here. I mean, just perfect. You can't beat that. But you're going to have to have a running game.
I would say the difference, too, between Jalen Hurts in this game and the other games this season is that he had time, in that pocket to throw the ball. The offensive line did a great job protecting him. And when he has time, those wide receivers, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, they can run those routes down the field, those post routes, those deep routes, and Jalen Hurts can unleash it then. And that was the difference this game between all the other games.
Turnovers, I thought, when Wentz threw the 2 early picks, those were big momentum killers for the Vikings.
Yeah.
Vikings were actually playing good.
Yeah.
And then you have those, and that not only slows your offense down and it leaves doubt there, but it also lets your defense down.
On that last throw, and you tell me, I think the post routes, the seam, the things that set up that downfield. On that last play you talked about with Brown, he's faking the post. He gives that one step to the post and back out, and it's like a double move.
That's a sluggo route, slant and go.
Yeah.
And it all worked in his favor today. I mean, he winds up 326 yards, 3 touchdowns. 300 of those yards were to Brown and Smith. Just those 2 guys alone. After the game, he got a perfect quarterback rating, and then he spoke to Pam Oliver.
All right, Jayden, versus the Giants, you guys couldn't do much of anything. What happened in this short span of time? What happened in a short span of time?
I don't know. We just I got to watch the film to really be able to answer that question honestly. But we found ways to play good ball, and we made big time plays when we needed to. Defense played a hell of a game. They got to getting the defensive touchdown is big, and then I think for us just continue to capitalize on those opportunities. We still got a lot to clean up. When I look at it from my point of view now watching the film of not putting ourselves behind the sticks, having some positive runs, and then being efficient in the pass game. But we just want to continue to push ourselves in there.
Can you talk to me about Devontae Smith and the talents that he had?
Shit, I mean, he had a hell of a game today. Probably a career day. Hell of a player. He's been doing it for a while too, since college. So, hell of a player. Made some big time catches.
How do you build on this? Maybe silence some critics, maybe answer the questions about identity that we talked about this week that you guys are trying to formulate. How do you take this and run with it?
Well, I think as you go throughout the season, the questions of identity come up in the beginning of the season. Everyone wants to know what a team is. How do they do it? How do they win? And as the season goes on, no one cares about identity. They just care about winning games. And so we're still trying to build. We're still trying to figure things out. Ultimately, when we're in a position to play for the things that we desire to in this organization, it'll be about finding ways to win. And no one will care how it looks.
Congrats on a great day.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Michael, they talk about finding ways to win. He mentioned Devontae Smith, 183 yards receiving. A.J. Brown had the 2 touchdowns, 121. Again, it wasn't perfect. But this also, I think we forget sometimes, this is kind of like last year. They started off slow, and then they kind of hit their stride and got it going right about the same time.
And then whenever you're the Super Bowl champ, every week you show up, you're the hunter. You're getting the best from everybody. It's not like, oh, they're a good team. We're going to go out here and just see. No. People know what they're going to get against the Philadelphia Eagles. People show up every week giving their best because they feel like if they can beat this team, they feel like they are legitimately going to be a contender down the road themselves. So Eagles, yeah, it's going to be tough for them. It always is tough for the defending champ. And it looks like today they got back on track in so many ways after losing 2 games. And the last loss to the Giants was, I think, a big wake-up call for them because that's a team they usually dominate. Giants are nowhere near this team as far as talent around the team. And to get dominated like that is a big eye-opener.
Yeah, you've played on a lot of Super Bowl championship teams, and so have I. And I ran the same offense, basically, as you all know, was run-oriented. That was the whole focus was on running the football.
And 2 Hall of Fame wide receivers.
And they have Brown and Smith.
Yeah.
All right, now, if you've got receivers on the outside, we're seeing everyone stop Saquon. We're seeing that. Yeah. That's not always going to be like he's going to bust loose here in one of these games. But, boy, if you got, and they got a tight end in there, you got 2 great wide receivers like they have and those 2 guys. And today I thought the way Hurts distributed the football to both of them was amazing.
The run last year sets up the pass.
Yeah. Maybe now, the pass sets up the run.
It's in reverse right now. I think right now, for them to have the kind of success I think they want to have moving forward, they've got to open things up. I mean, Minnesota, how many times they have 8 men in the box today? A bunch.
Daring you to throw the ball.
Yes.
We're talking about 2 guys.
With those 2 wide receivers.
Yeah. Well, talking about 2 wide receivers, the Dallas Cowboys. Pickens has really been playing well, 5 straight games with a touchdown, and now they get CeeDee Lamb back for today's game against the Washington Commanders, which comes up here.
Could you see the same thing? Could you see the same thing with Puka and Nakua and Adams with the Rams? Now you've got Dallas.
Different.
Well, is it? It's 2 great receivers, two great receivers.
Adams is on the back end of his career.
He's still
These 2 guys down in Dallas are in there. He's still good. He's 30-plus years old.
The 2 guys in Dallas, I feel like, are still fighting for territory.
Yes.
Can they get along? That's my question.
It seems like for whatever reason, this locker room and this environment seems to suit Pickens for whatever reason, where at Pittsburgh didn't. I don't know whether it was they gave him too much of a rope, they let him go too far, they didn't hold him accountable, whatever it was. Bingo. But down in Dallas, for whatever reason, whether it's the head coach or it's the owner, whoever, they seem to have reached him. And CeeDee Lamb seems to get along with Pickens.
Did you ever complain? I want the ball. Did you ever go in and say, I'm not getting the ball?
Go in and complain?
Did you? Yeah.
No, I never done that. You know, I always knew it was going to be my turn eventually. Because when you complain, I always had a doubt in my mind, dang, if I complain and drop the pass, that's going to be a bad look.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out if those 2 can't get